Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're back working on the beautiful 2003 Jaguar XKR. And that's right, this is the big hotshot supercharged engine, and Jeff's down there below. Give him a wave, Jeff.
Hey!
And what we did is 16 months ago, we did the AMSOIL engine flush on this little angel, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that video right up here in the corner so you can check that out. Now we're headed downstairs now to do a little follow-up. We're going to change the oil, and we wanted to show you what the oil looks like. 16 months.
16, how many miles on this thing?
Probably about 6,000, I think. Okay. I got to double check.
Holy moly. That's still clean as hell.
Let's see.
I'm going to say, wow, that looks like what conventional looks like at about 1,000 miles.
Wow.
So,
that's incredible.
Holy moly.
Jeff, we're gonna crack her loose.
Let's do this.
Beautiful. So we're gonna drain this little angel. And this, we already did the engine flush, so we don't have to flush it. If it's your first time doing it, I recommend you do an engine flush. And Jeff's got the pan there so it doesn't splash too much.
Because it will. As soon as this thing lets go, we got what, 9 quarts coming out?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's got some pressure behind it.
That looks great.
But if you look,
oil looks great.
Oil does not look as bad. I mean, 16 months. Come on.
16 months, yeah. About 6,000 miles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick that video where we flushed it back 16 months ago right here in the corner. Click that little icon. Check it on out. Yanking off the filter as we speak. He's cracking it loose right up there in the corner.
We might have to wait a second for. Let me slide this forward.
Yep.
And get a little bit better access.
Jeff's going to tap it from a little bit different angle. Here's the easy way. There's always the easy and the hard way.
There
and boom,
we go.
Jeff's got it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. Comes out like butter.
Yeah.
Like butter. So we had a micro guard oil filter on it. Now we're stepping up a net level to the Wix filter.
A Vix.
Unfortunately, AMSOIL doesn't make a filter for this yet. So this is your filter. And this is good for up to 10,000 miles. So say you have this car, you're driving it hardcore, you can do a filter change at about 8,000, and then you just do another filter change at 8,000, and boom, you're good for the whole year. 16,000 miles on one oil change. And you'll notice a difference when you change the oil filter. It'll actually run a little smoother because as it catches all these contaminants, it actually doesn't flow quite as fast. So that's why I recommend, if you're going to actually do a filter change sooner the better. And you know, it just depends on the vehicle. Some vehicles take a really big filter, and on AMSOIL they make an EAO filter that's good for 1 year, 25,000 miles. So Jeff's going to go ahead and prime our filter.
Yeah.
He's go ahead and stick it in the liquid gold.
You want me to throw you a pro tip?
Yeah, pro tip, Jeff.
Pro tip. So when you're doing an oil change and you pull your filter off, if it's a spin-on, two things. First off, look at your filter.
All right.
And make sure the gasket is on there.
All right, just double check it.
Yeah, just double check. Second thing, always put a shop towel, finger, whatever, on the mating surface where the rubber gasket would go to make sure there's no contamination, no particles, and that the old gasket didn't stick. Because if the old gasket sticks, you have a double gasket and that will blow off. That's basically, we call it a hand grenade.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we don't want hand grenades. So we're lubed up, we're ready to go.
All right, rubbers are nice and lubed. And as you know, the wetter the better. You always want to make sure your rubbers are nice and lubed and protected. And Jeff's just threading her on. And now it's time to go ahead upstairs and feel her up. All right, it's that time to go ahead and feel her up. We're putting 7.5 quarts of AMSOIL Signature 5W40 in. What this is 100% synthetic. So it's just not like the other oils. So you say, well, Eben, what the heck's the difference? Well, it's good for up to 1 year, 25,000 miles. Also good for 700 idling hours. The other great thing about it, it's 100% synthetic, so it puts a much thicker film strength on the metal, keeps the metal separated, better gas mileage, less wear in your pistons and cams. Also, to put this in perspective, this is 4 times better than the best mobile one. So if you look up Mobile One Extended Performance, that is basically it burns off at double the rate than AMSOIL Signature, and it also actually thickens much quicker too at about double the rate. so the oil gets thicker, and this actually stays thinner, and the oil protects your engine much better on cold starts, and about 80% of the wear on an engine is during the cold start. So very important to have a good motor oil. And now what do? We climb the ladder and go ahead and pour in. Here we go. We'll start at the first rung. We got to get warm. Always get warm with what you're doing. So we're going to start low and bring her up. I'm feeling good today. Now we're on number 2, the second rung. And we're putting in 7.5 quarts. Here we go. Start low and bring her up. Yeah, you can feel the protection. Here we go. We're on the 3rd rung. Let's do it. Start low and bring her up. Woo! Wow, I got butterflies on that one. Right, now it's on to our 2 fuel additives. Jeff, give them the PI cleaner.
Woo! Here we go.
This is the PI Performance Improver gasoline additive. What it does, goes in every 4,000 miles, cleans the valves, cleans all the carbon deposits off the cylinder heads. And Jeff is going to do the install. Just one hand, punching right through the flaps. A gulpa, gulpa, gulpa.
2 flicks.
Yep, and that is also the new proprietary gasless gas cap tip. So if you have a new vehicle with no gas cap, it works fine. Now we're on to the upper cylinder lubricant. This is a new proprietary gasoline additive that lubricates the injectors, also lubricates the valves, and it makes your whole valve train quieter. And this one you add to every tank of gas. And the best way to get this is by the case, because it's less money per bottle. These you just grab 1 or 2 a year. The PI cleaner, if that's all you're doing. But the upper cylinder you can put in every tank. And on a Ford Expedition, I got 0.9 average better per miles per gallon. So you're probably going to pick up on most like economy cars about a mile a gallon or more. And in the long run, saves you way more. So that's the 2 fuel additives. All right. All right, so we're driving the Jaguar. We got the oil changed. Everything's driving really smooth. And car's running great. Just wanted you to hear exactly what it sounds like. Everything's really good. Give it a little gas. It pulls real nice. Synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.